Hi, tarot lovers and tarot curious. Welcome. We've finally arrived at the world, the last card of the Major Arcana. After this, I will start working on the court cards, and then later the Minor Arcana. As you recall, we started with the Fool. And in this point in time, the Fool has left judgment and has moved on to the last phase of the cycle. And that would be the world. Now, the world is the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another all at the same time. It's very important to understand that in reaching this point, the world is primarily a celebratory lens of clarity. The world is a feeling of global acceptance and an ability to see from a pinnacle up high above everything. Therefore, you're able to start again enlightened by your experiences of this cycle. The cycle could be related to a graduation, some sort of a career achievement, an ending of a long project, perhaps a creative project, and even the planning and implementing of a celebration would be a reason to have a cycle. If your tarot question, when you're using tarot cards for questions, does not refer to an actual ending of something in a cycle, this card can actually address what has been accomplished thus far. And it can address the ability to project that you will be celebrating and allow you to envision that, and perhaps it will help you, encourage you to get to that goal. Before going further, I want to remind you that when you write in response to journal prompts, or you want to sketch or doodle because you have an idea for an image or tarot card idea, just go ahead and stop the video, and you can come back to it any time because I am going to add time codes which will act as chapters so you don't have to go hunt and peck for where you were left off. Speaking of journal prompts, here's your first one for this card. Study this card as I hold it up and consider how it makes you feel. What colors do you see? What shapes are you drawn to? How do the symbols in this card connect to your mood, your thoughts, your ideas? In astrology, the World card is imbued with the earth energy of Saturn. And Saturn is connected to time, diligence, duty, and the drive toward excellence. Just like our planet Earth, Saturn creates limits that we use to test ourselves. Without those limits, we would have nothing to push against to propel us toward our goals. We would just be floating around peaceful and satisfied. But nope, this is not a world of peace and satisfaction. This is a world of striving. Our cycles of experiences are lessons. They're based on work that we do to achieve results that we believe in our spirit and heart of hearts are important to us. Saturn's energy in the world gives us a clear vision of how far we have come. And it inspires us to celebrate achievements while planning for the next cycle. Saturn's boundaries create structure for us to live on this earth plane. Saturn teaches practical realities, empowering us and giving us drive to reach goals we set for ourselves. Saturn resides in the 10th house of the zodiac, ruling over discipline, career, success, social standing, and public image. This house is related to the drive to accomplish and in being vital and integral to parts of our community. As such, the World card also associates with insatiable curiosity about people, cultures, intellect, history, knowledge, and travel, inspired by curiosity. This curiosity lends toward a desire for inclusion and a desire for social connection. An art activity. Use the Saturn energy associated with the world to explore imagery that you would associate with this card. How do you illustrate your own struggles with structure in your life and your purpose? And also, how does the structure of Saturn and the goals of Saturn in community and intellect and curiosity affect how you feel about reaching these cycle endings? Journal prompt. Think about a time when you had to overcome a situation where you used structure to move forward in a direction that helped you. What were the choices at that time? And how did structure help or hinder your progress? What did you learn from that? The World card is considered enlightenment in your story about your journey and wisdom you have accrued in the process. Wisdom is associated with inclusive understanding of multiple intelligences and considering a variety of perspectives. The more perspectives one reflects on, the more perspectives one reflects on, the more tools one has in life. Conflicting truths can both be real. Sometimes it's just a matter of perspective. There is no entirely objective truth, as all our experiences are seen through our subjective lens. So accepting a variety of possibilities as happening simultaneously takes mindfulness. The ability to hold space for ideas that have their own unique structure requires an inquisitive mind. That unique structure might serve a purpose for you when being part of a community where there are many different points of view. If it will give you a depth of wisdom that you can pull from when the time calls for it. An example would be if you are perhaps someone who has an acquired brain injury. Your day will hold different challenges for you, and your view of reality will be different from what others see in your life when they try to impose their reality on you. But if you have memory of a past life without brain injury, you see both worlds, but the other person needs to learn by listening and accruing knowledge from the experience of the person with brain injury to be able to understand a second possible reality. Journal prompt. Write about a time when you understand someone else's path and it gave you greater insight. What changed for you? In what way was your life enriched by accepting another person's truth? Symbols that represent the energy of the World card include the dancer in the middle. The dancer in the middle has one leg crossed, representing the opposite meaning of the hanged man. So here's the hanged man, or the hanged one, where the man is looking infinitely inward to resolve a situation. The dancer is looking infinitely outward and represents travel, adventure, new experiences coming through the outward vision. It expresses action on the earth plane. The oval laurel wreath represents achievement, victory, and success. The red ribbons represent infinity or eternity, and the never-ending story of cycling through experiences. Wrapped around the laurel leaf is the energy of infinite rewards of positive effort in improving not only ourselves, but the ripple effect of our energies to those around us, and thus eventually the world. Each one of us is much more powerful than we can even imagine. Look carefully at the wreath and see it practically sparkles with yellow highlights of victory. In the four corners of the card are figures that also appear in the Wheel of Fortune card. The man image on the top is the fixed air sign in astrology, Aquarius. It is also marked from the biblical four Gospels. In the other top corner is an eagle, and that signifies Scorpio, the fixed water sign. And Scorpio is represented by eagles, scorpions, and phoenixes. The Gospel of John is also represented by that eagle. In the bottom corners are the bull, which stands for Taurus, another fixed sign of earth in astrology, and Luke from the Gospels. In the other bottom corner is a lion, Leo, from a fixed fire sign from astrology, and Matthew from the Gospels. They are no longer busy reading, which in the Wheel of Fortune card symbolized the need to follow spiritual truths and studying. To learn more about the Wheel of Fortune, please watch my video I made from this series featuring that card. The four elements are not only witnesses to this celebration, but joining to give acknowledgement for this achievement. They also represent the four seasons, the four elements, the four suits of the Minor Arcana, the four compass points, and they show that they are within the dancer's power and sight. The dancer wears a purple cloth, a mix of red and blue. Purple is the color of spirituality, red is the color of earth, material things on the earth plane, and blue is the color of air, which is truth, communication, and logic. So she is wearing a lot, even though it's one cloth. The twirling batons are the energy of the manifestation of the Magician card coming to fruition in the World card. The twirling indicates wholeness and balance. The woman looks back at her life, remembering what she has been through to get to this moment, in order to remember the lessons learned as she prepares for her new cycle. Art activity. Draw ideas that come to mind for you to explore later. Allow your ideas to flow without judgment of quality or desire for perfection. Now is not the time to invite. Oh, now's not the time to invite your inner critic. Instead, your universal self needs to weigh in with inspired impulse, which brings forth images that are meaningful to you as they relate to the energy of the World card. Journal prompt. Write about when you have allowed yourself to celebrate a win, an achievement of any kind, and how did that add value to your life story? What wisdom did you take away from the experience of ending an important cycle for you? Let's consider the energy of the world through a short meditation and mindful reflection. Calm your mind and focus on the value of the world and how, by doing that, you are in fact honoring this journey that you are on right now. Take a moment now to sit in a chair and feel the weight of your body as you plant your feet on the floor. And take some long, slow, cleansing breaths. Pull in the energy of the world and think back on the aspects of this card that most resonated with you. Feel the energy of celebration and joy. Feel a desire to honor your journey and your achievements, and celebrate your completions and your fulfillments. Reflect on a focus you have of learning from your past. Focus on your devotion, your value as a compassionate learner in a diverse world. Accept how you are worthy of celebration. Allow yourself to accept and appreciate many types of truths in order to better understand your vision, your goals, and how you reflect back in the community and ultimately affect the world by your broadening vision and understanding. Be ready to receive and celebrate all that you are and all you have become and all you are becoming. By doing this, you honor your life story. You honor your soul and spirit, and you honor your spiritual journey on the earth plane. Feel it awakening in your spirit, your mind, and your body. Breathing out what no longer serves you. After some cleansing breaths, just sit and thank yourself for this practice of connecting to the world card of the tarot and following the Fool on his journey. As you quietly come back into your awareness, consider the expansion these cards are providing as you connect with your own empowering life story. I hope you enjoy unleashing your unconscious mind with creative ideas for your own The World card. Today I wanted to show you some examples of some different cards. These are the Fool. This is Witchling's Academy Tarot in this hand, and this is Superlunaris Tarot. And here we have a couple of other Fools. This is Tarot of the Golden Wheel, and this is the Paulina Tarot. And here we have some different worlds. Let's start with the Golden Wheel, Tarot of the Golden Wheel, and the Paulina. They're very, very different worlds than the one we've been studying. So you can see when you come up with your own world card, you can find symbols that mean something for you. It does not have to be exactly like the Rider-Waite. You can create your own images that reflect more what the spirit of the card makes you feel like. And then here are a little bit more traditional world. This is the Superlunaris, which is very inclusive and very world culture oriented. And this is the Witchling Academy Tarot, which is a really fun anime style. Your characters can be cartoons, they can be anything that you're inspired by. But even though these are very different, they're also both more closely aligned with the Rider-Waite world card, with the wreath and that sort of thing. So they're easier for people to read. You don't have to like read below and go, oh, what is this card? Oh, this is the world. This one's much easier than the other two. So, and now I wanted to show you, first of all, revisit our Wheel of Fortune here. That's the Rider-Waite version. But the Wheel of Fortune in the Tarot of the Golden Wheel and the Paulina are a little more abstract. You can sort of see a wheel in the Paulina Tarot. There's so many little tiny cute details in her artwork. And then the Golden Wheel, you can see circular shapes, but it's not as prominent as the women in their traditional clothing. So, and then Witchling Academy and Superlunaris have more traditional looking wheels for the Wheel of Fortune. And then lastly, I wanted to do the Hierophant. And you remember the Hierophant. Okay. And there's some really creative Hierophants here. Tarot of the Golden Wheel has an outdoor shaman, and Paulina has a tree that's a Hierophant. In most cases, you want to make sure you have some students or some other people in there with the Hierophant, because his job is to teach. So you want to show that he's teaching somehow. And here are the lovely Witchling Academy Tarot with the dragon being the Hierophant, and the lovely Indian mystic being a Hierophant. So you can see these, your imagination can go anywhere and be brilliant. You're just going to be brilliant because it's going to be your tarot deck that you make. And I will continue to share things like this with you at each lesson that we do. And I will start again with the, now that we're done with the Major Arcana, we're going to go into the court cards, starting with the pages. And so that'll be the next video I do, hopefully next week, so we can get going on this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being a part of this lesson. I love reading tarot for people, but I super love sharing what I know and empowering people to use tarot for their own life journey and use their creativity to really delve into it. I think once you delve into it, it becomes yours. You will just know it like that because you will have attached it to things in your own life that have meaning and that have fed you and grown you and given you cycles where you could be the world and say, wow, another achievement. Thank you very much. I bless you, and namaste.